It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the Brad Pitt movie draft. Brad Pitt's in the news because apparently his daughter doesn't like him. She's dropping Pitt from the name. She turned 18, immediately filed that paperwork. So we're doing a Brad Pitt movie draft. Frank has won the game, so Frank gets to go first, then Lan, then myself. Frank, what is your first choice in the Brad Pitt movie draft?
You know, I don't think you can go wrong. There's so many of them. But my first pick was going to be Snatch.
Oh!
I just loved his character in that movie. I thought it was some of his best acting.
Friggin' amazing in Snatch.
You got dags? You like dags?
She's terribly parts of the Panoramic Blue Boys. Panoramic Blue. He was fantastic in that movie.
That's a good ensemble cast, too.
I would put it up there as probably Guy Ritchie's best movie.
Yeah.
Which, if you wanted to, you could actually go do the triple feature. You got Rock and Roller and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. All kind of a trilogy there for you.
And you can watch his King Arthur.
King Arthur. All right, Lan, what is your first pick? I'm seeing his fingers up there, so I'm assuming he's going with this, the movie.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box? Only thing that makes that movie awkward at this point is the fact that the bad guy, well, not that he's the bad guy, but that he's in it, is Kevin Spacey.
Dude, he was like the heel in every movie in the 90s, though. Kevin Spacey was a great heel.
Because they were willing to look past the fact that he was doing things that he wasn't supposed to be doing.
I mean, even in Usual Suspects, I mean, my man was killing it for a minute there.
All right,
great reference to this movie, by the way, in Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2, all right. So my first choice, I got to go with it. I got it. Fight Club.
Fight Club. So I was saying, like, he's done so many, like, you can't go wrong with like a first pick here.
I watched this on shrooms. I gotta tell you, man.
Was that on Saturday night?
Holy fuck. I think it was, too. Man, dude, I'm telling you. I watched it with a buddy of mine, and when it was over, we just looked at each other and we were like, holy shit. How long did that take? It felt like it took a lifetime. It was the craziest fucking thing, man.
Contact did that for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I fell asleep in Contact. The only movie I ever fell asleep in the theater.
I liked Contact.
In the theater?
Movie.
I fell asleep in a theater watching Contact. I was out halfway through.
All right, my second choice for Brad Pitt movie, and this is where it's a little difficult because I have what I think might be a sleeper pick, but I'm not 100% sure, and I don't know if I want to wait until round number 3. But I'm willing to go with the stronger pick right now, and I'm going to go Inglourious Bastards.
Nice.
Fantastic movie with
Buongiorno.
And he's great in it too, man. He's absolutely great. All right, Lan, what is your second choice for Brad Pitt movie?
I'm going to go with Interview with the Vampire.
Ooh, nice. Look at Lan going a little.
I like this movie quite a bit, actually.
It's not a bad movie. It's pretty stinking good.
Nice.
And then it led to Queen of the Damned, which I was super friggin' excited for. And did I ever tell you that story about how the kid from college like invited himself to watch the movie with me?
No.
So Queen of the Damned came out, and there was a movie theater right across the street from our college campus. And I had like a 4-hour break. But it wasn't enough time to go home because I lived 45 minutes away from campus. So we would just kind of hang out. I worked at the radio station on campus and kind of, whatnot. And at this time, I went to go see the movie during one of the breaks. And there was this kid that I went to school with, and he invited himself to the movie. He's like, oh, you're going to go check out Queen of the Vampire? I'll come with you. And I'm like, fuck, okay. So we go over. And we're at the theater, and he sits down next to me, and he won't shut the fuck up during the whole movie. Like the first 10 minutes, he's just... And finally, I leaned over, and I go, dude, if you're not going to be quiet, I'm going to move seats, and I need you to stay here. And then from there, he zipped it for the rest of the time. Like I could not, shut the fuck up.
When this movie came out, my mom was dating a guy, and he had two daughters. An older daughter, she was I think about 18 years old, and a younger daughter around my age. And the older daughter had a boyfriend, and my mom was taking them to see the movie, and both the girls were going. So me and my brothers were hanging out over at his house while she took them, and my mom was like, "Yeah, you want to go see this movie?" I was like, "No," and she's like, "Yeah, you want to come see it, don't you?" And I was like, "No," and she's like, yeah. She takes me to another room. She's like, "John, you have to go." I was like, "Why?" She goes, "Well, because the older girl has a boyfriend and is going, and the other daughter doesn't have a date, and you need to do it." And I was like 13, and I was like, "No, I'm good." No, I was like, "No, I'm out."
So you didn't go?
I was like, I didn't go. No, dude, I was still shy. I was still shy for girls, man. It was like, no. Plus, the whole dynamic was weird, dude.
I would imagine everybody's all related and shit.
And
yeah,
she's like, you want me to go out on a date? But this is like, that's just kind of fucking weird.
Jesus.
So I bailed.
All right, we're back to Frank. You get back-to-back picks, man. What are you going for here?
Man, well, my second one, I'm gonna go with The Big Short for my second one. I just really enjoyed that movie, the way it was done and explained everything.
And it's got a great cast. I mean, look, you got Christian Bale, Steve Carell, Gosling, Pitt. Like, all of them are great.
Plus the different cameos that they have in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gosling and Pitt stole that movie from me. Like, they were great in that movie. Those two guys outdid everybody, but Big Short. And the third one, I'm just going to go with this one because of my memories with it, is Cool World. I know a lot of people hate that movie and don't like it, but at that age, when did that come out? Like 92?
Oh, damn it! I thought I had the poster for Cool World. I guess I didn't.
So yeah, it came out in 92, and that movie was like a raunchier. But Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Like, there was a lot. Like, you thought you were going to see your first.
Oh, remember they had on the Hollywood sign. Mm-hmm. They put the chick, the cartoon chick, like on the Hollywood sign. It was a big deal back then. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Dude, I just remember it was like the whole, like, are you going to see cartoon boobs or sex or whatever for like the first, like I think I was 11, 12 years old when I first saw that movie. It was like my eyes were glued to the television to see what the hell was going to go on there.
I remember seeing that in the theater.
That was a wild movie, man.
All right, Lan, what is your
third pick? That was somebody's
pick
cocaine trick.
for the Brad Pitt movie draft?
Yeah, this is a tough one for me. I haven't watched very many Brad Pitt movies. And we were talking about that before.
He's not a pity, everybody.
I had a hard time trying to pick movies, but I think just because I love the way that his character died, I'm gonna go with Burn After Reading.
Hey-oh! Wasn't that the one where he gets shot in the closet?
Yes.
He's like,
yeah.
He's like, bow!
He's like, hey, man, and then bam.
Yep. Yeah, that was a
good movie, actually. I really like that movie.
Good choice. All right. So here we are. On my final pick, I got a whole bunch of honorable mentions here. We do have 12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys.
Surprised nobody's picked 12 Monkeys yet.
That was good.
We have A River Runs Through It.
I like that one. I thought that one was pretty good.
We have Ad Astra. Never actually seen that one.
No, I haven't either.
Allied. Haven't seen this one either.
No.
Assassination of Jesse James by the coward
That's
Robert
a good
Ford.
one. I actually enjoyed that one. That was a really good one.
We also have Babel.
Babel?
Babel?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Babel? We have Babylon.
No one saw that one.
Babylon?
Dylon.
The Babylon.
There's the Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
It's basically Forrest Gump.
We have Bullet Train, which I really
I haven't
enjoyed.
Seen that one.
Oh,
but
I really wanted to see that.
It's really good. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but it was, and we watched it, and everybody in the family loved it.
I think it's about to be on TV this weekend, like making its broadcast premiere.
Check it out. Bullet Train is well worth watching. We also had Fury, which was on Netflix, and it kept popping up, and I never got around to watching it, but I've heard it's just a fantastic movie.
I didn't
I thought it was furry, so I didn't want to watch.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to watch all that.
I didn't think it was that good. I didn't think it was that good. No.
We have
It just didn't play well for whatever.
California.
California. We're going California.
what was that?
You don't even see it was like sitting there talking to David Duchovny. He goes, and just spit.
We also have Killing Them Softly.
I believe I saw that one. I can't recall.
There's Little Legends of the Fall.
That's the one I think made him. Was that particular? That was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
The girls fell in love with him that summer too.
Meet Joe Black, which if you check out my shorts on YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, you realize that it did really well in the theaters because Star Wars fans were buying up the tickets to watch the trailer for Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Let me see here. You got Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
This is the one I was going to pick for Lan when he held up his fingers. 7 years in Tibet.
7 years.
Yeah.
That's the one you meant.
Didn't that get him banned from China for doing that movie? Like he can't go to China.
I don't know.
I don't think he's missing out on much.
I am a little
I thought he was
surprised
banned for that.
nobody's chosen Moneyball.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean,
Never saw it.
he basically was just himself.
Yeah. Actually, now I'm remembering which movie I'm going to go with for my pick, so I can show the. I do love this movie, Ocean's 11.
Yeah, Ocean's 11. All those ocean movies were good. The second one was, but I enjoyed all of them.
There's also Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Right.
Shoot, what else do I have here? This one I think is highly underrated. Is The Mexican.
No, I enjoy that.
I think it's a great
one was
movie.
actually pretty good too.
You ever seen that one, Lan? It's about a gun.
I haven't seen any of the movies.
I saw that in theater.
It's a good movie. There's a whole bunch of other ones. Of course, don't forget he was in Thelma and Louise.
Yeah,
Very briefly.
Cowboy.
We do have True Romance as well. But the one that I gotta say, this one is a must-see. A buddy of mine turned me onto this movie way back in the day, and it's not a movie I think I ever would have gravitated towards until he showed me the movie. Spy Game.
Spy Game. No, I was actually thinking about taking that. That's a really good movie.
So this was my sleeper pick, the one that I was saying I wasn't 100% sure if I wanted to actually go with it or not.
I
But
almost
Spy
picked
Game,
that one. I almost picked it.
if you've never seen Spy Game, if you kind of like mystery / suspense, it's going to be right up your alley.
And conspiracies.
Yeah, and
I like Robert
conspiracies.
Redford.
Yeah,
this
Robert
one,
Redford's most
this is
of the
a
movie.
really,
It's
really good. Really good movie. Highly, highly recommend it.
It's a lot of dialogue, but it's really good.
So
I was going through his movies on IMDb, and
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody said untitled F1 movie coming out soon.
Oh Lord.
well, because we haven't seen it yet. I did do a video on
gonna
that. So
put
have you
that
heard
one
the
on my
story?
list.
Have you heard the story about that?
No.
It's becoming one of the most expensive movies ever made.
hmm
It's because it got pushed back by COVID, I believe, and
The
then
strike.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry, yeah, it was the strike, and then also they're using real drivers with real cars, so
Yeah.
all the shots are real, like it's not CGI or
Max
anything.
Verstappen's in it. and-
Max Verstappen, yeah, so he can fucking
Lewis
win.
Hamilton.
Steve McQueen. Remember, he did that, and it almost destroyed his career. Basically, did destroy his career when he did the what's that the European race car, the race that they do, Le Mans.
Le Mans, yeah.
He did a movie. and
Lamar,
it's
the
supposed-
breathing.
Yeah,
It's not giving
Um,
birth.
they were like, yeah, Steve McQueen did one of those race car movies. It was supposed to be like an actual movie, but it ended up like it just was. But they couldn't figure out what the hell it was. I think he fired the director in the middle of it, and it almost destroyed his career. It became like the most expensive movie at the time, and it bombed. It just completely bombed.
All right,
Damned.
what we bombed. So,
It
so
stinks.
our triple features. Frank has Snatch, The Big Short, and Cool World. Lan has Seven, Interview with a Vampire, Burn After Reading, and my triple feature is Fight Club, Inglorious Bastards, and Spy Game. And those are your triple features for Bradley Pitt, or as we found out earlier, William Bradley Pitt.
Bradley Pitt.
William Brad.